Hello peoples, welcome back to my channel, and today we'll be talking about Canada. Last video we have already spoken about the Canadian work permit. We have spoken about the LMIA, its benefits, what is LMIA, what is TFWP. So in this video we'll be talking about high wage workers, low wage workers, we'll be talking about agriculture workers, and I really want to thank you people for subscribing to my channel and also for supporting me. And I also wish and I also pray that you people will help me to grow this channel more and more so that I can reach to the millions out there, to peoples out there, and educate them with truth. And it is fun, getting an opportunity to speak to you people through the medium of YouTube. So without wasting much of our time today, let's get into our topic today. Last topic we had spoken regarding the TFWP, and we have also spoken about the LMIA. Okay, so in this video we are trying to cover up what are the basic work permit that Canadian employers hire people for foreign nationals. So today we'll be talking about high wage workers, we'll be talking about low wage workers, and foreign agriculture worker. Okay, so let's start with high wage worker. So what is high wage worker? So you have to understand that if an employer wishes to hire a temporary foreign worker who will be paid at or above the median hourly wage of their province or territory, that is the Canadian, wherever the territory is there, where they're hiring the people for, if those people who are being paid the salary mean to say that the permanent residence or the Canadian citizenship, okay, those people who are holding the citizenship and the permanent residency of that territory. So now if some foreign national needs to be paid above the salary that has been paid to this category or this section of people, that is the permanent resident and the citizen of Canada, then the employer must apply through the TFWP, that is temporary foreign work permit stream, okay, for high wage workers. Now understand the first step in this process requires that the employer needs to obtain a labor market impact assessment, as I already told you in my last video, demonstrating to LMIA, that is labor market impact assessment, that they were unable to find a Canadian citizen or a permanent resident to fill the position that is available with them. Okay, now once an employer, he is issued with a positive LMIA for a high wage skill position, then they must inform the foreign worker of the labor market impact assessment and notify them that they must apply for their authorization to work in Canada, okay, prior to the expiration of labor market impact assessment. So once a high wage worker receives a positive LMIA, last video we have already spoken about what is positive LMIA and what is negative LMIA. So if you need to understand what is positive and negative LMI, you can refer back to the previous video. Okay, so once a high wage worker receives a positive LMI from an employer alongside their official signed employment contract, they may apply for authorization, okay, to work in Canada, either through a work permit application or a permanent residency, that is PR application, depending upon their eligibility. So this is the category for high wage workers. Now we'll see the category for low wage worker. Now, if an employer wishes to hire a temporary foreign worker who will be paid less than the median hour wages of their province or territory, mean to say that if they need to, or if they wishes to pay some foreign nationals to pay a low wage salary, then the PR, the permanent resident and the citizen of the particular country, that is Canadian, then what they need to do, then the employer must apply through the same procedure, that is temporary foreign work permit stream for low wage workers. Okay, now this also includes the first step in this process. The employer requires to obtain, that is labor market impact assessment, that is LMIA. Okay, now he needs to demonstrate that they were unable to find the Canadian citizen or permanent resident to fill the position. So the procedure is the same for low wage worker and the high wage worker. Now the other thing what you need to understand is that the employer should note that LMIAs for low wage workers require employers to meet certain stipulations to ensure the workplace rights and safety of low wage non-resident workers. Once an employer is issued a positive LMIA for a low wage skill position, they must inform the foreign worker of LMIA, that is labor market impact assessment result, and notify them that they must apply for their authorization to work in Canada prior to the expiration of the document, that is LMIA. Okay. Now, once a low wage worker receives he receives a positive LMIA from an employer who is going to recruit him alongside their official signed employment contract, then they may apply for authorization to work in Canada either through a work permit application or a PR, that is permanent residency application, depending on their eligibility. Now let's see foreign agriculture workers. Okay, so what is a foreign agriculture worker and how an employer can employ a foreign agriculture worker? So in this category, you have to understand that the employer who wishes to hire a temporary foreign workers to fill this specific position relating to agriculture production may be able to use one of the temporary foreign work permit agricultural streams to hire worker. Please note this, that the Canada offers two streams designed to facilitate the hiring of temporary foreign workers in the field of agriculture. In order to qualify for either stream, first an employer must ensure that they meet the following general requirements of the Canadian government. Now, what are the requirements? Number one requirement is this, that the production must be in specific commodity sectors on Canada National Commodity List. Okay, so the production must come in the Canadian National Commodity List, the production which is need to be produced. Now, number second requirement is the activity must be related to on farm primary agriculture in one of the following national occupation classification, that is NOC. Now the NOC, it has a classifications codes which is called an example if I give you, it is like 0821 843 8611 8252. Okay, so these are the example of the NOC classification codes. Okay, now please understand that if an employer meets the above mentioned criteria, so they may be eligible to hire temporary foreign workers through the regular agricultural stream or the seasonal agriculture worker program, that is SAWP. Okay, and let me just give you some understanding on what is seasonal agricultural worker program, because most of the foreign workers they go in this category, that is seasonal agriculture worker program, which is mostly valid for either 6 or 1 year, and this visa is not renewable. Please understand this. So the seasonal agriculture worker program, that is SAWP, enables the employer to hire temporary foreign workers to fill temporary position in agricultural production for a maximum of 8 months at a time. As I already told you, it will be either for 6 months the visa or for 1 year. Maximum it goes for 1 year. Okay, so all positions must meet the general requirements for hiring foreign agriculture workers. As well, you have to understand this also, that the foreign workers must be citizens of Mexico or one of the Caribbean countries participating in the bilateral agreement facilitating the seasonal agriculture worker program. So you need to be a citizen or a resident of Mexico or the countries which are in Caribbean islands. Okay. Now, if an employer meets the requirement for the seasonal agriculture worker permit, they can apply for an LMIA indicating the SAWP, that is Seasonal Agriculture Work Program specification. Now, please understand this, that the employer hiring through the seasonal agriculture worker program must meet certain requirements regarding as like transportation of the workers from the country of the residence from where they are hiring to Canada, and also to provide them housing during the work period and provision of adequate workplace with health and safety conditions. So the employer needs to meet these conditions. Okay. The other thing is that the countries participating in the seasonal work permit, let's say those countries from where the workers can be hired for the seasonal work permit are like Mexico, then Anguilla, Antigua, Barbuda, Barbados, Dominica, Grenada, Jamaica, Montserrat, Saint Kitts Nevis, Saint Lucia, Saint Vincent and Grenadines, and Trinidad and Tobago. So these are the countries from where generally uh, people are hired for seasonal workers. There are certain conditions, however, that few of the employees, they do hire the foreign nationals from Asia country also. Okay, so just recently, I think so it was in the year 2018, they had hire a few general seasonal workers from India also. And next video will be looking into caregivers, and we'll see more about the procedures of Canada and which state will be best to go and work in Canada. Okay, so thank you so much for watching and giving your time. Thank you and stay safe.